The commander-in-chief of the Russian Navy said today that the Syrian port of Tartus would be developed as a naval base for supply and maintenance by the end of 2012. But the significance of Tartus is its location in the Middle East. The Russians have been talking about Tartus for some time, and Stratfor sources have indicated that there has been some dredging and construction work going on, but it's not really clear that it's moving at any sort of meaningful pace. The deadline of 2012 suggests that it could be at least another 2 years before the base is really ready to facilitate more than the visiting of a small Russian frigate. One of the important efforts for the Russians would be the dredging of the port and expanding of port facilities to accommodate the Kirov-class battle cruisers and some other larger warships that have been operating in the region in the past. What Tartus would do is provide the Russian Navy with supply and maintenance facilities to sustain a longer-term presence in the region, which would be something very different from what we've seen in recent years. This is also important because right now, when Russia does deploy a small squadron of ships to participate in counter-piracy operations up the coast of Somalia, traditionally does so from Vladivostok or up in the northern fleet from the Kola Peninsula. So what that would really shift is the amount of time it takes Russian ships to come on station and provide for Russian interests in the region. But the other part of this is really establishing meaningful supply and maintenance facilities at Tartus. So it's not just a place that a Russian ship can pull in, its sailors can go on shore leave, and basic commodities like oil and food supplies can be bought, but that a Russian warship could pull in, rearm, and conduct meaningful repairs. And that's two totally different things. We haven't yet seen the Russian efforts there really accelerate and take on sort of seriousness that would be necessary to get that up and running in the next 2 years. There's certainly a recognition in the Kremlin that to maintain its position in the world and its status in the world, that Russia needs to be able to project military force beyond its periphery. It spent the last couple of years really consolidating its control over its key peripheral areas. But there's also recognition that being able to maneuver warships beyond the core territory of the main fleet is an important aspect of Russian national power. And its ability to really maneuver its fleet around key regions like the Middle East would be an important expansion of Russian influence.